All right, you're now at the end of January and fixing to start February 2021 or any other fraternal year, but you're at the halfway part of the fraternal year, a little bit past the half-year mark, and it's now time to take a look at where you're at and what you have to do in order to finish the fraternal year as a Grand Knight, as a district deputy, or whatever office you hold in the Knights of Columbus. Are you a little concerned? Maybe you're not halfway there yet. Maybe you got a long ways to go. Or maybe you have almost everything done by now. The answer is that you have to take a look at where you're at right now. And we're going to talk about how to make sure that you're on track to at least get the Columbian Award for this year by doing the 16 programs that's required to achieve the award, the Columbian Award. And we're going to do that right now. In order to qualify for the Columbian Award from Supreme, you have to do 16 programs, 4 programs and 4 different categories. What are those 4 categories? Faith, family, community, and life. Each of those categories you'll have to do 4 separate programs. Now, Supreme has identified some programs that will count for 2 of those programs. If you do those, as Supreme requires you to do them, then you'll have to do less programs. But the amount of work, of course, to do that can be a lot more. So let's talk about some councils are not able to do a lot in order to qualify the parishes right now because of the situation with the pandemic. And in that case, you have to do a lot of things virtually. With a little creativity, you can do almost all your programs without ever meeting in person, virtually. So it's pretty easy to come up with 4 programs in each of the 4 categories. And in some cases, if you worked on the major programs, it would even count for 2 of those. So it reduces it down to only 3. You can do this, and it's very simple. And just because you can't get out there physically amongst everybody, you can do a lot of these different types of programs virtually. I'm hoping that throughout the year so far, since July 1st, you've taken that little blue planner that we gave you from Supreme to each of the councils, and you could even gotten more of them for all of the officers in your council. That planner you should have been using all the way till now. Even if you're doing virtual meetings, that planner is what you need. It keeps you on track. You know where you're at with the council at this given time. We're now past halfway through the fraternal year. That means everything that you're required to do, you should have at least 50% of it done by now, okay? And you should have been tracking that in your planner. If you don't have 50%, it's okay. We can still get there. Even if you have 25% of it done, even if you have 10% of it done, even if you don't have any of it done, you still have plenty of time to finish everything before June 30th. So let's go over that real quickly, what you need to have done. Okay, so open up your planner to page 4. If you have your planner with you, open up the page 4. If you don't, I'll go through it with you with the sheets. I've already got them out, and you'll see them on the video right here, and we'll talk about it as we go along. On page 4, you look on the top, and it says the Star Council Award. And if you're a district deputy, this next column down, next rows down is the district deputy. But for the Star Council, for your council, the first thing on here is the Father McGivney Award. That's your quota for intake for this fraternal year. You should have reached 50% of those by now or more. If you haven't gotten to 50%, you know you got some work to do and get out there and start recruiting, okay? Phone calls, I talked about it last week. Use the phone, and you can call 5 or 6 people, and you can pick up 1 or 2 people just by doing that. If all your officers, 14 were to do that, you hit your quota, no problem. So it's easy to hit your quota. You just have to make the effort to do it. Next is the Founders Award. It's the insurance. By now, you should have already had 1 fraternal benefits night, and you're scheduling for another one already. If you haven't had the first one, you still plenty of time to do 2 fraternal benefit nights. They don't have to be on the same subject. You could do one night on one type of fraternal benefit and have them do a different topic on the second night. You got 2 different programs done within 2 days. And it's that simple, and you qualify for that award. It's the easiest award that they're giving this year is the Founders Award. If your council doesn't get the Founders Award, shame on you, man, because you should have that. The next one is the Columbian Award, and that's what we're talking about on this video, the 16 programs. And it talks about right there, 16 program credits, 4 in each of the 4 faith action categories. And then you have to submit the SP7 form before June 30th. I recommend as soon as you got your 16 on that list done, turn it in. If you got it done right now, turn it in. If you're going to get it done to next month, finish it, fill out the form, turn it in. This way it's off your list. You don't have to worry about it anymore, and you've got that award. So the 2 easiest award, easiest being the Founders Award this year, and the second easier one is the Columbian Award. You should get this. And again, if you don't get the Columbian Award, it's a grand night, shame on you, okay? Because if you can't do 16 programs, which is a little bit more than 1 program a month, I don't know what to say, okay? So let's go over this to the next page. Go to page 6 now. You've already, the previous page 5, you're already past those months. So let's go to page 6. Page 6 is where you're going to organize when you're going to do what programs for each of the 4 categories. And this is for faith and family. So just take a look at that. Is the ones in bold are your major programs. And then the ones that are not in bold are the ones that just count as 1 program. The green areas is where they would like for you to do it at. You don't have to do it during the green area, but if you want to, you can. If you notice, the RSVP, you got 2 green areas. There's no problem. Into the Breach, that's that kiosk that we talk about with those little booklets. It's kind of a good time to do it next month, because what happens next month? That's right, Ash Wednesday on February 17th. It's a good time to have Into the Breach starting. Then you got the Pilgrim Icon program, building the domestic church kiosk. Remember, I talked about that. Rosary program. You can do this any month. You don't have to, so pick a month and do that Rosary program and do it a couple of times, and it counts. Spiritual reflection. When we go to the state convention, right before the state convention, Father will have a spiritual reflection at the state convention. Every council that attends, if you go to that, you qualified on that program right there. Just a little hint, but you can also do it at your council too. Holy hour, again, very simple, sacramental gifts. So all these things are just ideas. The next one's family. You got food for families, family of the month. Are you doing family of the month? It's easy. I know you're not. There's only 5 or 6 councils in the state of Nevada that are doing it, because we get a report every month. Why aren't you doing it? Okay? It takes 5 minutes to fill out the form and send it Supreme, and it's done. And then you hand out the award. You can send it to them by email because you can't meet them in person, maybe. What's the problem there? Why aren't you doing it? Night of the month. We only see a few of these done every month. Why aren't you doing that? Okay? If you want people to participate in your programs, patting them on the back every once in a while is a big deal. And that's how you do it. Family of the month, night of the month. Please do it. All right? I don't know how else to say that. Please do it, okay? Family Full of Life, Family Week, Consecration to the Holy Family, Family Prayer Night. Now, turn over to page 8. Page 8 is where you have the community and the faith, okay? And in there it gives you, again, all the ideas. The green areas that are marked there is where they would like for you to do it. You don't have to do it during that time, but if you're going to do it, they would like for you to do it during those times. So all these are there. Free throw championship. When we come out of this pandemic, you can do a free throw. You don't have to do it. Because we're already past the time frame for it, but you can still do one. You can do a soccer challenge if the kids are back in where they can be socially amongst one another. Go ahead and do it, and then give out an award from your council for those who win the various levels. Okay, they may not be able to go on to regional and state, but at least you're doing it to get them started and getting back into the idea of doing this every year. And then next year, when we do the soccer challenge and free throw, they're looking forward to it. So those are some ideas. Life, March for Life, Special Olympics, ultrasound, the Silver Rose, that's coming in. Go ahead and find out when's that rose coming through and have it come over to your church. Talk to your priest that this is coming through. I'd like for it to be done here and would like to advertise and have people come out and see it. This thing goes all the way from Canada down to Mexico. There's 5 of them that I know of, and there may be more. And so it goes right down to Mexico, to Guadalupe. How many Hispanic people do you have at your church? I mean, this is a no-brainer. Why aren't we doing this, okay? And so I'd like to see a lot more councils involved with the Silver Rose program. Mass for people with special needs, pregnancy center support, Novena for Life. So those are some ideas. And so if you can't have time, go ahead and do it. Now, you've scheduled out your programs for the remaining 5 months in this fraternal year. Get them done as quickly as possible. Don't spread them all the way to 5 and then turn the form in on June 30th. Try to get them done by May. By the time we go to the state convention, have these things done. And then at the state convention, you're turning in your SP7 form. You're done, okay, as far as those programs. But you can do other programs later, but it's no stress on you anymore. Now, turn over to page 9. Page 9. And then you'll see where it has it all broken out. If you notice, they have the 4 categories, and then right below it, down here, they got 2 more categories, okay? And that's the multicultural programs and then just miscellaneous ones. And if you notice, they don't list just 4 under each one. They show 6. So 6 times 6 is 36 programs. Some councils do as many as 36 programs. Some councils do even more. That means there's no limit on what you can do as a council, but Supreme likes for you to do at least 16 programs and just keep track. What's the nice thing about that sheet of paper, you put down the program, what you did or planning to do, and what date. So you're getting that organized. Okay, now you fill that out. The next thing you need to do, and this is the form I've been talking about, the SP7. As you're doing the programs, okay, your 4 programs in each of the categories, fill out the form, okay, each time. Because ask some specific questions. What's the program name? Was it a recruitment opportunity? It's always a recruiting opportunity, no matter what program you're doing. It's always a recruiting program. And then you show how many participants you had in it, how many hours they spent, gives you the total hours. And then if there's any donations that were occurred so that you can write down how much money you raised doing that program. And then it wants a little bit of a description of what the program was. In years past, we just put down the name of the program and a little bit of this other information. We never really described it. It didn't give you that much room. And so now they're asking, hey, what is this program about? And so that they know that for sure it does fit the category, okay? But if you put your 4 in there, if you do it while you're going, you don't have to rush at the end of June trying to remember back what everything was, okay, and spend all day trying to fill out this form. And then it's done. Okay, so it's under for family, faith, community, and life. And then at the very bottom of the form, on the bottom down here, okay, you, the Grand Knight, gets to sign this, and the program director. Who is the program director? And it's probably your deputy Grand Knight, okay? That's who we recommend to be your program director. He's the one that takes that load off of the Grand Knight, you, okay, and kind of helps run the programs. All the chairmen report to him, and then he makes the report during the council meeting. If you're not doing that, and so once you're done with that, then you send it electronically to fraternalmission@kofc.org. So this is very simple, and all these forms are available on the Supreme website. I've also included some of those forms at the bottom of this email and also in the video, so you can upload them and fill them out. This is an easy thing to do, the 16 programs, and for that, you get an award for basically doing your job, okay? And so if you don't get the award, you didn't do your job, okay? Or if you did all these programs and didn't fill in a form to send into Supreme, you didn't do your job, okay? And so it's very simple, and please do it. And this is an easy thing to do. There's a reason why we do programs. Well, it's what the order's about. We're out there to help the community, to help families, to help others, those in need. It's not just being a member of the Knights of Columbus so you can call yourself a knight. It's actually a reason for being a member of the Knights of Columbus, that we're out there to support our church and do the good works that we're called to do. And please do that. And the only way that we know you've done it is filling out the forms, okay? That's your job as a Grand Knight. And if you don't have time or don't know how to fill out a form, there's a lot of people in your council that do know how to do it and can help you to do it. Your deputy Grand Knight, your chancellor, your financial secretary. There's somebody there. Your trustees, the three of them, they're there to help you. So somebody can fill out this form, and all you have to do is sign it, okay? Please do it and turn it in. And I expect to see this year at least 35 to 40 councils with this award. And please do this, guys. I know you can. We're the Knights of Columbus. We're special men, special families. We represent the Catholic Church, and people look up to us to lead the way, and you are the leader of your council in your parish. Until the next video, we'll talk again. Thanks a lot, guys.